I didn't get to have to do it, but because my mom and dad was doing. My daddy was he drove the hands that they call them. People that would go to the field, to cotton field, or go chopping cotton. We would do corn. We do pea patch. We go pick dewberries. We go pick grapes. All of those things we did. So that was some work all the year round, so we could have money no matter what time it was. And so, like I say, Christmas, my dad went and cut a tree and put the tree off in an old can and make sure he put water off in there, and that tree would just have the house smelling so good. And we would get popcorn and we would get the thread and go through the popcorn making. Then we would have old construction paper, and sometimes we would have that Sears catalog. We would take that Sears catalog and cut and try to make little flowers to hang on the tree. And we always, and this time of the year it would be cold. We had an old tank in our backyard, so we would go ice skating on the tank. We had forever we would be roasting pecans on top of our heater, because then we didn't have central heating. We only had one wood heater. And we all had to sit in one room when it got cold. And so, because when we would go to the kitchen, it would be so cold in the house that the water in the kitchen would be froze. And remember, we didn't have faucets. So we had water in a bucket. And that water would be froze when we go in the kitchen. So, and then my dad, we finally got butane. And so we began to cook with butane, and then we got a butane heater.
Wow.
But before then, we had the old smoothing iron. We had the iron with the smoothing irons, and you had to prepare for a Sunday before Sunday got there, right? Because you were not allowed to sew, iron, or none of that stuff. You had to be ready to go to church.
I love that. I love that. And so, now how many children do you have?
I have 4.
Okay. And thank God for Donald, because I love him. You raised a really good man. He is a really great brother-in-law. So thank you for him. And so you have 4 children, and how many grandchildren?
I have 17 grandchildren.
17.
And 5 great-grands. And that's excluding my godchildren. I have 10 godchildren.
Well, God has blessed you, and
I have 10 godchildren, and I have 10 God grandchildren, and I have about 14 God great grandchildren.
So, if you can use this minute just to say something to your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren, what would you say? I know I caught you off guard.
I would truly tell my children that I've always taught my children to respect each other. The oldest child is Linda, and they know that because I had to work outside of home, because there are times I had to do domestic work. I had to, I went in to clean house, but I wind up out of that same 50 cents, 75 cents an hour that I made, I wind up being the babysitter, the cook, the housekeeper, the yard person, and everything wrapped in one. So in the run of a day, I be made $3. I be done all that work and still have to come home and take care of my own child. So I teach my children right now, be thankful for what they have. And if you learn to treat everybody the way you want to be treated, I guarantee you that life will be a blessing to you. And that's what I'm getting right now. I'm getting blessings because I'm able to travel. I never thought that I'll be able to travel as much as I'm able to travel. I never thought that I would have clothes like I have. I never thought that I would be blessed to have friends that I have. So God has been good to me because I treat people according to the way I want to be treated.
You do treat.
And I thank God that my children have been blessed in families that love them as much as I do. And the legacy that I leave with them right now is to honor God, trust God. If you put God first, everything, not some things, but every good blessing that is for you, you shall receive.
I love you so much.
So that's my legacy that I will leave my children
Thank
to
you.
love each other.
Thank you. Thank you.